This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Topping our news, shark fishing may soon be banned in the city of Venice. It comes after concerns were raised by members of the city council over damage to the Venice fishing pier. And of course, a fear of drawing sharks closer to the shore. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us with more details. Christopher?
Good evening from the Venice Fishing Pier. Interestingly, this is the only pier in Southwest Florida that you can currently fish for sharks on. Others in the area have banned it, and now Venice may do the same.
I don't golf. I don't do anything else. This is it.
5 days a week, about 5:30 in the morning, you'll find Jim Green on the Venice Fishing Pier, his rod and reel in hand.
The fish not only has to be hungry, he has to be stupid for me. Yeah. I don't know why, but that's the way it is.
While catching a fish may not be the easiest for Green, he does often catch sharks. But the city council is considering a new ordinance that would prohibit shark fishing. In a memo, Venice's city attorney says other localities including Naples, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, and Flagler Beach all currently prohibit shark fishing.
I'm deeply concerned about, I understood, buckets of blood and chum being dumped off the pier. And that floating in towards shore.
Councilmember Fred Fraze worries that drawing sharks close to the shore may lead to a shark attack. Beyond the potential damage to a swimmer, Fraze also says that could have an economic impact.
What is that going to do to the shark capital of the state? Sharkies. So that's going to hurt tourism.
The city council is expected to direct staff to write that ordinance prohibiting shark fishing before holding public hearings on the matter and then voting whether to make it official. Green says he has been fishing here since 1971 and has never seen any major problems.
I really think they really ought to give serious consideration to leaving things alone. It has worked here for over 40 years.
And out here today, we were told hammerheads are the most likely shark that you're going to catch, at least for now. And we should add quickly, several shark fishermen have stopped us this evening to say that they are causing no harm to the pier, and they hope City Council will not put in place this ordinance. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is cracking down on speeding drivers along I-75. A dozen traffic units were enforcing the speed limit this morning in both directions. Deputies say they're focusing not only on speeders, but drivers failing to move over, distracted, and aggressive drivers as well. The Sheriff's Office posting on Facebook and Twitter this morning that drivers can consider this their warning to obey the law.
Well, if you head out to Siesta Key tonight or tomorrow, you won't see any of those sand castles from the Crystal Classic. Crews knocked down the sculptures from the event this afternoon. The four-day festival brought out thousands to see grand pieces of art created by master sculptors from around the world. While the official visitor totals have not yet been released, organizers are confident that they surpassed previous year's attendance records. And I would not be surprised if that was the case, Scott.
Wow, just a day ago that was all art, and look at it now, just piles of sand.
I know.
Getting spread back out onto the beach.
Oh, well, now we just wait until next year,
That's
I suppose.
Right. Yeah, and boy, they had some great weather for the entire festival too. Let's get a check on today's weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
And even though those masterpieces are gone, it's still beautiful out there. It's still very artistic, beautiful sands and nice sunsets as of late. Looks like it'll stay that way too. High pressure dominating the weather over the southeast right now. It's over Georgia. It's bringing us this north wind, and that northerly component will keep things close to seasonal averages and maybe even a few degrees below average over the upcoming days. Now, one thing to note, it will be breezy, and it will stay breezy too as a result of that high pressure ridge and also an area of low pressure off the coast of the Bahamas right now. We're kind of trapped in between those two, and that has now allowed us to see this small craft advisory, which is in effect until 10 o'clock again tomorrow morning. Could be extended too. Right now, the current conditions, we have partly cloudy to mostly fair skies. It's mostly fair over Lakewood Ranch, and the dew point temperature at 62, which is a little lower than yesterday. North winds are at 10, and that's bringing in that slightly cooler air. And it will be noticeably cooler tomorrow morning to start things off. With that breeze around will make it feel a bit cooler. More on our forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. 3 Sarasota County teachers got quite a surprise this morning, and ABC7 was there to capture each moment.
As she comes up here, there are members of her family that are here.
Well, the annual Teacher Tribute Tour Bus stopped by Booker Middle, Riverview High, and Venice Elementary this morning to surprise the finalists for the annual Teacher of the Year competition. And everybody was in on it, except, of course, the winners.
All of us.
Overwhelmed and honored, and my father's here, and that's really nice, and it's really great to spend it with the guys I spend every day with.
They don't know we're coming. We're going to surprise them in their schools and recognize them as the Teacher of the Year for their grade level.
Well, each of those 3 finalists will receive a cash award from the Education Foundation. The high school teacher of the year was S. Swihart from Riverview. The middle school teacher of the year was Allison Cohen from Booker Middle. And the elementary school teacher of the year was Bethany Burnett from Venice Elementary. One of those 3 teachers will soon be selected as the overall district teacher of the year coming next month. Big congratulations to all 3 of them.
That's pretty awesome to be, you know, the top 3
right
in the whole county. That is amazing.
What a great accolade for them.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. And Richard, there was nothing dramatic on Wall Street today, but we did end the day down from start to finish.
Scott, you got it exactly right. And the key was the start. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down by 160 points very early this morning. Lots of selling at the open. Again, the problem seems to be a company by the name of General Electric. Yesterday, they cut their dividend in half. The stock fell sharply. Today, it fell by another 4%, 10% in just 2 days, closed at the lowest level we've seen since 2011, $17.90 a share for GE. Who'd have thunk it? Well, that being said, let's take a look at the rest of the market, and it was not terrible. There you see the Dow down 30 points. That's a lot better than minus 160, down 0.13%, 23,409.47. That on volume of 689 million shares. The NASDAQ down 0.3%, almost 20 points at 6,737.87. That on volume of 1,443,000,000 shares. S&P down 0.25%, 6 points at 2,578.87. Well, it was quite a wild day for Buffalo Wild Wings. Its shares went up by an incredible 28% today after the company received a buyout offer from a private firm that already owns Arby's and a substantial stake in Jimmy John's. So they know the restaurant business and they know it well. Ironically, that 28% increase in the stock, guess what? In the last 12 months, its shares have been down by 28%. So you could have bought the stock for the same price a year ago. Now it seems like a big, big deal. And certainly if you own shares of Buffalo Wild Wings, you had a wild ride today and a good one for sure.
Wow, interesting. Thank you, Richard. Now, any good news for us coming from Home Depot?
Very good news. The stock was up about 1.5%, which for a Dow component is just fine. That's kind of what we expect. Its same-store sales were up by 7.7%, well ahead of expectations. Sadly, part of the reason for that, hurricanes and rebuilding from hurricanes.
Yeah, they sold a lot of items before and after the storm, for sure.
Exactly right.
All right, Richard, thanks so much for the update.
You are welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, another murder in a Tampa neighborhood, how it may be linked to 3 other recent killings in the city, and the mystery that still surrounds it.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, could gender be an issue when a person is in need of CPR? Why men are more likely to receive the life-saving technique from a bystander than a woman.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac. We're still in hurricane season, and storms could still impact us here on the Suncoast. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. The Queen of Suncoast Philanthropy stops by to share her joy in giving. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We'll sit down with Betty Schoenbaum and celebrate her 100th birthday and learn about all the lives she has touched. Ringling students stop by to talk about their latest short films. Plus, we knock out Workout Wednesday with Title Boxing, and Chef Judy has restaurant Thanksgiving options. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Police in Tampa are telling residents to stay inside after a murder in one neighborhood where 3 other people were found shot last month. Police say until evidence says otherwise, they are relating the shooting death in the Seminole Heights neighborhood to 3 earlier October murders that happened over a 10-day span within the same area. All 3 other victims were alone and had gotten off a bus when they were gunned down at night. None of them were robbed. Police do believe that the newest victim, 60-year-old Ronald Felton, was crossing the street to meet with someone when the suspect came up from behind and shot him. The suspect's description is limited, with police saying he is a thin black male dressed in black and wearing a black baseball cap.
I believe that this person lives in this neighborhood, and we need everyone's cooperation. We need everyone to pay attention to what's going on in their neighborhood. This neighborhood has been very engaged during this whole process.
Police say they are boosting their patrols across the area. Earlier today, law enforcement also urged parents to keep their children home from school if possible. This as they plead with anyone who may have information to come forward.
At least 5 people are dead, including the gunman, after a shooting in Northern California. A sheriff's office spokesperson says there were at least 7 crime scenes related to the incident, including an elementary school. The shooting began at a home in what appears to be a domestic incident and then ended at the school. Students were among those taken to a hospital. The suspected shooter was killed by law enforcement officers, and it's feared the death toll may rise. Many of the parents who lost children in the Sandy Hook school massacre were at the Connecticut Supreme Court today. It was day 1 of an appeals case that's part of a long and drawn-out legal battle against the gun manufacturer that made the weapon used to kill 26 people at Sandy Hook Elementary. ABC's Maggie Ruley is outside the courthouse in Hartford, Connecticut with the latest.
We, the plaintiff families of the victims of the Sandy Hook school massacre, have infinite patience to see justice done.
Parents who lost their children during the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre have brought their fight to the Supreme Court of Connecticut, appealing a lower court's decision to throw out their lawsuit.
We have not lost 1 ounce of confidence in the justness of our case.
9 families who lost loved ones and 1 teacher who was wounded are taking on Remington Arms, the company who made the gun that was used to kill 26 people that day, including 20 children.
Early morning of December 14th, 2012, there was a young man in Newtown, and he was preparing for a mission.
Lawyers for the families argue that Remington Arms purposefully markets their AR-15 Bushmaster rifle to men like the killer, posting ads and product placements in violent video games.
Think of the marketing as the best evidence of what Remington knew about their weapon, about what Remington knew about where the weapon was ending up and about what Remington knew who they were reaching out to.
But the defense counters that their ads are protected by the Constitution.
Advertisements are commercial speech. They involve First Amendment protection.
And note that a 2005 federal law stops them from being held liable when crimes have been committed with their products. For the families, they say this case goes beyond federal law, and it's simply about what's right. If this Supreme Court decides to let the case go to trial, it could set a major precedent for other victims in similar gun cases. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Hartford, Connecticut.
And a reminder, you can get all the latest local and national news on your smartphone app. But if you are an Apple iOS user and have the old version of our app, you'll have to go. It will go away at the end of this month. So if you don't download the new app by November 30th, you'll miss all the news, video, and notifications that will keep you connected to our community. Again, you can find that new app by searching for My Suncoast in the App Store.
Your weather app should be okay, so you don't
Yeah,
have to worry
don't worry about
that.
the weather. Just
It should be there, that's right. Weather app not needed today for rain. It's been dry out there. Things are looking pretty good, and it's going to stay kind of windy. That's the only downside. Small craft advisories in effect throughout, I think, most of the day tomorrow. We have had some beautiful sunsets as of late. Well, this is sunrise this morning. This one from Lakewood Ranch. Galen getting this one. Galen Bacon looking out over, looks like, again, beautiful clear skies for the most part. Just a few clouds around. That's Benderson Lake that you see right there in the foreground. Now, Lakewood Ranch webcam showing beautiful start to the day, too. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. And then it looks like things are starting to clear out again. And we'll be a little bit cooler tonight. Low temperatures down into the upper 50s to low 60s. Currently, we are looking at sunshine, just a few clouds around 79 at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport with a dew point temperature at 62. Winds out of the north at 10. The pressure is on the rise ever so slightly now, 29.93 inches. Temperature is currently a little bit cooler in Jacksonville at 62 degrees. That wind coming in out of the northeast over the Atlantic there, keeping things cooler. 79 in Sarasota, 81 now in Miami, and it's 70 in Orlando, 68 in Tallahassee. So temperatures currently in the upper 70s to low 80s across most of the area, mid 70s in inland, Avon Park at 76. The Gulf water temperature now at 74 degrees, 81 in Venice, and temperatures are going to stay rather mild throughout the day tomorrow, although a little bit below average in some places, but generally partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Highs will be into the upper 70s as opposed to the mid 80s. That's due to that north to northeast wind, and it looks as though we'll see similar conditions on Thursday. Well, lows tonight across the area into the 40s in places like Tallahassee, 45 for us, low 60s, 69 in Daytona Beach, 50 in Gainesville, 72 in Miami. And then things will start to heat up. We'll be back to near seasonal averages, upper 70s, 79 the high. Plenty of sunshine expected tomorrow. No real threat of any significant or measurable precipitation anticipated through the rest of this work week and beyond, really. And then temperature forecast a little bit cooler even on Thursday morning, upper 50s to low 60s throughout the west central portion of the state. Now, the futurecast showing a few showers along the east coast, mainly associated with that northeasterly wind picking up some moisture off the Atlantic. And then a little, again, a surge comes across parts of South Florida near Fort Pierce. We'll see a few clouds around on Thursday, and then a stronger cold front is due to arrive on late Sunday. It looks like midday Sunday to late Sunday, and we'll see some cooler temperatures settling on in. Well, you can see right now a little area of disturbed weather along the east coast. That is causing us to see some breezy conditions here. Over the northeast, that storm has moved on, although getting some light rain throughout New Jersey and over the central U.S., some snow falling in parts of Montana earlier today, now changing over to rain over North Dakota and out west. Big storm system continues to pile in moisture over Washington. Seattle, it's been kind of cloudy and rainy for the past several days now, but they're kind of used to that. 41 in Boston now, 48 in the nation's capital, 48 as well in Chicago, 78 in Dallas, warming up over the central U.S. For boaters, yes, it's not going to be the best. The seas will be building up to 2 to 4 feet. Choppy conditions out there in the bays, and it looks as though we will see that continuing out throughout much of the day tomorrow, although the watch or the advisory is in effect until 10 a.m. More than likely that will be extended. Water temperature now 74, UV index at a 10. The beaches will see a high right around 77 degrees. Tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay. Well, here they are. High tide at 9:52 and a low at 5:15. Another high at 10:58. Sunsets at 5:39 tonight. Partly cloudy, breezy and cooler. 62 for your low, and northeast winds at 10 to 15. And then tomorrow, look for some sunshine, mostly sunny, mild and breezy, 78. for a high which is fairly close to the typical for this time of year. The extended forecast does call for mild temperatures right through Saturday, and then the big cool down comes. Not cold, but cooler weather headed our way Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. In first alert traffic right now, we're seeing some backup on the Green and DeSoto bridges for drivers heading over the Manatee River at this hour. Also some red on the map and some slowdowns along Manatee Avenue through the downtown Bradenton area as well. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, U.S. regulators have approved the first drug with a sensor that can track patients' medication intake. The pill called Abilify was first approved by the FDA in 2002 to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and the sensor technology was approved for marketing in 2012. The FDA says the medication works by sending a message from the pill's sensor to a wearable patch. Patients can then track their dosage on their smartphone and allow their doctors or caregivers to access that information through a website. Even though that the system can track doses, it has not been shown to improve a patient's compliance. Well, women are less likely to get CPR from a bystander, and a new study suggests that may be because people are reluctant to touch their chest. A study by the University of Pennsylvania found only 39% of women suffering cardiac arrest in public received CPR versus 45% of men, and men were 23% more likely to survive. A UPenn researcher believes rescuers may worry about moving a woman's clothing to better access or accidentally touching her chest while performing CPR. However, no gender difference was seen in CPR rates for people who were stricken at home, where a rescuer is more likely to know the person needing help. A smile can tell you if a person is happy, but did you know it can also tell if they're healthy? According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 91% of adults have tooth decay, and nearly half of adults have periodontal disease that can lead to inflammation in the mouth and destroy the bones that support your teeth. Age, weight, smoking, and alcohol use are all risk factors for the disease, which can also be connected to heart disease. To avoid these problems, brush with fluoride toothpaste and floss between the teeth to remove dental plaque. Don't use tobacco products, and make sure to cut back on sugar. Coming up, dozens of fish out of water. Why all of these fish on a Washington road isn't a surprising sight to locals. And how one family added a little bit of pink to their red, white, and blue Veterans Day celebration.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it
using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
A child was thrown from a car following a crash in Houston this morning. This is a look at that wreck. Police say at least 4 children were involved in that accident. However, the extent of their injuries is not known, and the cause of that crash is under investigation.
So why did the salmon cross the road? Well, really, we want to know, because dozens of salmon were caught on camera trying to cross a flooded Washington State road. Salmon, as you know, typically swim upstream in an annual spawning ritual, but this year flooding pushed a river past its banks, clearly leaving the fishy travelers a little confused.
Well, on Veterans Day, you usually see the colors red, white, and blue, but people celebrating with military widow Cassie Laurie saw pink instead. She chose Veterans Day to reveal the gender of her baby, whose father, Navy Corpsman Ryan Laurie, had died in a military plane crash back in July. Sarah gathered a group of Marine and Navy corpsmen who'd served with Ryan to help her reveal the baby's gender in a grand and very bittersweet fashion. The baby girl is due in March, and get this, will be named Ryan in honor of her father. What a great way to remember him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, new guidelines for what's considered high blood pressure, why the number of people dealing with the issue just spiked over 100 million.
And a former president makes his apology after a woman accused him of groping her as a teenager.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
If you're a devoted online shopper, you're not alone.
Everyone wants the convenience of shopping at 11 o'clock at night.
I personally am always looking for the best deal.
All this week, Erica Jackson reveals behind-the-scenes shopping secrets you can't afford to miss. Are you getting the best savings online? Are subscription services a good deal? Will your favorite brick-and-mortar stores soon be a thing of the past? Find out all this week as ABC7 investigates shopping secrets at 6 p.m.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.